Hello, my classy people. Wayne Bolden here at the SpeedKing channel, here to do the girls. They're back in town. The Personal Ensign, one of my favorite races of all time. And I want you to take a listen to the 2019 Personal Ensign race between Elite and Midnight Bijou. We'll pick it up at the top of the stretch, audio only.
Wildcat, Midnight Bijou is fifth. She's moving now. And Elite is two as they make their way to the top of the stretch. And now Elite makes her move for the lead, and Midnight Bijou comes blasting on the outside after her. These two will turn for home together. Coach Rox has faded to third. She's a Julian Wildcat on the inside. They're into the stretch. And it's Elite to catch. Midnight Bijou, her fearsome foe, comes at her on the outside. And these two lay it on the line with a 16th to go. Elite on the inside. Midnight Bijou on the outside. They're coming to the wire. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Was it Midnight Bijou or was it Elite?
Well, that was one of the greatest races that I've ever saw. And it's one of my top races of all time. Outside of the 1996 Metropolitan Mile or Metropolitan Handicap. Get a chance, go back and watch the 1996 Met Mile with Afternoon Delight, Honor and Glory on the rail, the number 2, and on the outside with Miss Julie Crone up, Light the Fuse. Hey, a lot of people don't talk about Honor and Glory, which D. Wayne Lucas trained. I believe one of his greatest training efforts ever. And by the way, Johnny V was on Honor and Glory. I believe it may be the greatest ride he's ever had. But that is one of 2 or 3 of my favorite races. And on Travers Weekend, I always look forward to this one race. If I don't bet no other race, I will have a bunch of fun because it always seemed like the Personal Ensign, which is race number 9 this year, on the card for $500,000. It used to be $700,000. But if you go back and you watch the 2019 Personal Ensign race, what a great race call, first of all. Secondly, what a great race between Elite, trained by my guy, Billy Mott, and who trained Midnight Bijou? You got it, Steve Asmussen, for sure. I mean, gee. And by the way, Midnight Bijou earned over $13 million, I believe. Yeah, 14 wins from 22 starts. Steve Asmussen doing a beautiful... I mean, he trained Midnight Bijou, Matoli, of course, and Rachel Alexandra. The girls are in town. I digress. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the SpeedKing. Go back and watch that 2019 Personal Ensign. Just a great race call, just a great race, and I always look forward to this race for sure. Race number 9 on the card, $500,000, a very small field, not very small, it's usually small anyway, but seven nice fillies. My girls are in town. Everybody knows I like filly racing, not more than the boys, but I do migrate towards the filly races a lot more than I do the boys. I bet the fillies a lot more, for sure. I do migrate to the filly races. And Personal Ensign is one of my favorite races of all time. And every Travers Weekend, this is the race that I look forward to from a fan perspective. And I always look for value because even Man of War got beat up at Saratoga. So we're going to dive right in. Race number 9 on the card, about 3:45 on Saturday. The Personal Ensign, $500,000. The girls, they're in town. Well, look who's number 7. It's Torpedo Anna, y'all. She's back in town. She's no Rachel Alexandra. No, he didn't. I just said it. She's 6-5 on the morning line. Underlay, if you ask me. Hey, the number 7 horse, obviously, we'll start with her. She's not my top pick. I'm going to fade her to 4th. No, he didn't. I just said it in my favorite race. Hey, I'm fading her, but she does deserve an encore, so we're going to start with her. Obviously, McPeak knows how to train these fillies and young horses. Hey, Brian Hernandez don't need in the introduction, for sure. This filly is 11 wins from 14 starts in 2 seconds, only off the board one time. Now, again, for 5.1 million, you can't knock her, right? You can only hope to contain her, right? That being said, I think that she's sitting outside, and there's a lot of speed sign up in here, y'all. Randomized, the number 1 horse is very, very speedy, and the number 2, Dazzling Move, who's a great long shot play, by the way, in here at 12-1. And the number 5 horse, Bernie Takes Charge, is not going to be sitting around at the start of this race either. So to me, the 1, 2, 5 are going to really go out, and Leslie Rose, the number 6, ain't going to be too far away, which is going to put Torpedo Anna, and keep an eye on this, is she wide into the first turn in this 1.8 miles? She has enough speed. Obviously, she's speedy, and her best races come when she's on the front end. She's not getting on the front end today. Okay? She's not making the lead, particularly from the 7-hole, and if he uses her that hard, he's in a bunch of trouble. But I think she's fast enough to be 3 or 4 wide into the first turn. That's going to be the key to the race. Watch that. The first quarter of the race. Did Brian get over and tuck or not? Okay, because there's a lot of inside speed, and they're going to be 1, 2, 3 like that. So if Torpedo is sitting 4th on the outside, you know, the enemy to horse racing, in my humble opinion, is ground loss. But she deserved all the accolades, and Kenny McPeak and the connection done a fine, fine job with Torpedo Anna. She's going to be a very, very short price. And on my tip sheet I wrote when I faded her to 4th, obviously she can win the race. I said maybe the one to beat, Underlay, right? That was my comment after, you know, I put her in the 4th position. No, I mean, she's no Rachel Alexandra, but she do deserve some respect and love from me. No disrespect to her. She's just a very, very short price, and the post outside, I think she can be a little wide. That being said, my top pick here is going to be my spotlight play of the day, right? Of course, you know my girl Leslie Rose is in here, but I'm going to have to get around Leslie today. I'm going to go right inside to Chad Brown. No, he didn't just say Raging Sea is his top pick in this year's Personal Ensign. Yeah, Raging Sea, the number 3 horse at 5-1, y'all. Hey, Flavian Pratt, the second anchor of all time. Hey, as great as Flavian Pratt is, and everybody knows I don't have anything against him. He was on Country House for us with Billy Mott doing the conditioning back there. Shout out to Tina Hammond. But anyway, Raging Sea, to me, is sitting on go-go, y'all, okay? Trained by the Hall of Famer, or 2B, Chad Brown. Flavian Pratt, again, as good as he is, Flavian Pratt now and then will miss some critical breaks at the gate and bumps, right? Like all of them do. That's nothing new. But anyway, I believe at 5-1, Raging Sea's odds are longer than her chances on winning this race. This 5-year-old mare is by Curlin. No, he didn't. He's going to tell us Curlin should have won the Derby for Steve Asmussen. That's exactly right. On the back end by Stormcat, right? So this gal is very, very good. Now, I think she was a little unlucky in her last 2 starts, right? And by the way, guess who won the Personal Ensign last year? Raging Sea. They take the same path this year in the Ogden Phillips on June 6th and ran 3rd that day. But this horse is coming off of a 181-day layoff from November to May 2nd and came out and won that race at Churchill Down, which was a beautiful race. Her next 2 races, she had trouble. She was bumped in the Ogden Phipps Stakes and squeezed at the start, Flavian Pratt. Her next race on July 18th in the Chovy Stakes, the race that I love, Leslie Rose. You know, you may love one week and not so much the next week, right? So in the Chovy Stakes, once again, bumped at the start, jostle, and it's 10 and 12 lengths back. So coming off of her debate as a 5-year-old on May 2nd, in the Grade 1 race she won at Churchill, her next 2 starts was just unfair. She had got bumped, she had got squeezed, the track in the Ogden Phipps was sloppy, she was wide, in that race on June 6th, down the back stretch and turning for home in the upper stretch. Bump, squeeze, bumped in the next race in the Chovy. Thank God, because I had Leslie Rose in the Chovy that day at 4-1 with IRAD up. But I believe that Raging Sea is sitting on go-go today, y'all. Okay, because her last two races, fair as they was and as good as they were, served as a prep as she defends her title here in the Personal Ensign, looking to go back to back. For sure. I think those two races, not that they're a non-effort, but it was not her top effort. And I've said it once, I said it again. I like to bet fillies and mares coming into a race not off of their top race. I like to bet them on an off race, something they can run back to. So she can run back to her race on May 2nd, but her last two races not indicative of her top effort. I love betting fillies, or I like betting fillies coming in on what we call an off race and not a top race, right? Unless they have a lot of time in between, but I still have a problem with doing that. So I believe Raging Sea at 5-1 is the clear spotlight and value play in here. Chad Brown obviously know what he's doing. This horse has won 8 races from 16 starts, 2 seconds and 3/3 for a cool $2.2 million. The only thing that I ask is that one, that Flavien Prat gets her out clean and don't be bumping and grinding with other horses to the left and to the right of him. Save some ground and don't be 10 lengths back. Okay, try to at least stay in contact with the field, even though she may be last, but don't be 10 or 12 lengths back. Try to be 6 or 7 lengths, but most of all, get her out the gate clean and save ground and make a run home like Midnight Bijou did back in 2019 with the Hall of Famer Mike Smith, up trained by the Hall of Famer, my guy, Mr. Steve Asmussen, who also trained 50 stars. There he goes with that 50-star horse. But anyway, that's my top pick here. I just think the price is good. I think her last 2 races kind of buries how good she really is, which offers us up value. So my top pick here is the awesome Raging Sea. Who's your second pick? Well, if there's a long shot in the race, how about we go inside to the number 2 at 12-1, Dazzling Moon? Well, this one's going to be sitting very, very close to the pace, if not on the pace. I would like to see Dazzling Move at 12-1 sit right behind Randomize and the number 5, Bernie Takes Charge, right? And sitting in the 3rd seat and try to get the jump on him. Hey, Saffy Joseph, the hot Saffy Joseph's clicking at 21%. Jose Ortiz, who can't do anything wrong if your last name is Ortiz, up in New York. Hello, 9 of the last 10 titles up there, or 10 of the last 11. I think Luis Saez was the only one up there that take it, right? Come on, we need to get better parity up here, y'all, for sure. But I think Dazzling Move is a very, very nice 4-year-old filly. Only 4 wins from 19 starts, 4 seconds and 1/3. But Saffy Joseph got a very, very nice horse here. Now been beaten by all of these in here. Leslie Rose, Raging Sea, Darth Vader. But that being said, speed is always what? King. Now, I don't think Dazzling Move's going to be on the front, y'all, but I think the speed of the speed where she could be sitting second behind Randomize and Bernie Take Some Charge home, baby, right? And then just get a beautiful trip from there. That is a long shot play in here, and I couldn't help myself because I got to be forwardly placing something if I'm taking Raging Sea for sure, right? I mean, Raging Sea is going to be coming late, so you know speed is king. I like to have my horses forwardly placed. I prefer them on the lead for sure. See Ghost Zapper, Knicks Go and all. I can keep going. Jackie's Warrior. But hey, be in the first flank, and I think Dazzling Move at that price offers some very, very good value in one of my favorite races that somehow every year comes up to be an exciting race turning for home. So our second pick and the long shot play, I believe, is Dazzling Move. Our third pick, there's my girl. I love me some Leslie Rose. Not sure how I beat Raging Sea other than Flavien Prat missing the break last time, but go back and watch my video on the Chovy Stakes, and boy, you you can see how the Speed King loved Leslie Rose that day, breaking from the 3-path with Irad Ortiz, and you got 4-1. Still don't know how that happened, but ran a beautiful, beautiful race. Obviously, Raging C missed the break that day. Dazzling Move came out of that race, went right to the front like she always does. But Irad doing what Irad does, wore him down and drew off by 3. Leslie Rose is our third pick, and obviously my top 3 picks will be on all of my pick 3s and pick 4s, right? For sure. So my top 3 picks is Raging C is my spotlight play, and I think she's sitting on go-go, y'all, right? 3, 2, 6, just like that. And we'll get to the 4th pick. Obviously, we faded Torpedo Anna. No shade on her, no disrespect to her. She's 6-5, could be 3-5. Is she the horse to beat? Well, of course she is, right? But she's been beat before. I actually think our 4th pick, Torpedo Anna, again, no shade on her. Tip my hat to her. 11 from 14 starts in the wins is no shade on her for sure. Kenny McPeak, all the connections, right? Now, I'll say it once, she's good. She's no Rachel Alexandra. We did not just tell you she's no Rachel, who was my favorite filly of all times outside of Ruffian. But I think she was better at it as a 3-year-old speed figure-wise than she is at 4, right? She's developing a pattern where every other race she's running a little worse. So she's coming off of one of her top races, especially as a 4-year-old, but she does have 56 days, so that race really shouldn't affect her, and she should be fresh, fit, and ready to run. I just say keep an eye on Torpedo Anna, and it'll tell you a lot into the first turn because there's enough speed inside of her where she might get caught a little wide, 3 or 4, and again, I don't think she can lose a length or 2 to these quality girls. So there it is in the Personal Ensign. You folks got some homework. Please go and watch my 2019 Midnight Bijou trained by my guy, Mr. Asmussen. 13 million Midnight Bijou earned. And a late trained by my other guy, Billy Mott, right? For sure. And what a great race. 2019 Personal Ensign. And you get a chance, go watch the Met Mile in 1996. Honor and Glory. Light the Fuse to Miss Julie Crone up, and the greatest ride, in my opinion, that Johnny V ever had on Honor and Glory and Afternoon Delights. They were drooped across the track in the middle of the race, right? 1996, Metropolitan Handicap. There it is. Your Speed King like Raging C in the Personal Ensign. 3, 2, 6, 7. No, he didn't just fade Torpedo. I did. I think she's going to get caught wide. If she don't, they all may have trouble. We still faded her at a 4. She's an underlay, where I sit. She's 6-5 on her way to 3-5. Not me. Never. Never. There's not a man alive that can pay the mortgage at 3-5. I'll be back. 3, 2, 6. Raging C, my top pick in this year's Personal Ensign, and my personal favorite race.